In this video, we'll be building a fully automated content curation and creation system, taking ideas from Reddit to a publishable newsletter, all through a systematic pipeline with a team of AI research agents capable of auto-citations. So our system starts with looking at a very popular subreddit called SideProject that has almost 300,000 members and is very active. This is a place where people post their side project ideas. So we're going to take a look at this subreddit community as a source of inspiration for us. And then from there, we're going to take the top 3 topics and then put this into a Google spreadsheet. So these 3 will then be used for the generation of our newsletter. So we're going to then generate this newsletter. So I've already generated the top 3 here. So 1, 2, and the third one, right? So all these are generated from my pipeline. So I'll just copy one of them. And then let's say I like this one. I'm going to go into my newsletter tool. In this case, I'm using Git. And then I just paste in here. And that would be just a great start to my newsletter. So let's start by walking through the major steps of this automation, and then we'll run the workflow to see this in action. So the first big block is doing a Reddit search. So we're going to dive into the subreddit. The second thing we're going to do is have a Reddit newsletter topic scout agent. So this will take the information from here, and it's going to distill this into ideas for our newsletter based on the trends in that subreddit. And then we're going to have an approval step. So this approval step will be an email sent that asks me to take a look at the hot topics that are created, and I can delete it or make some modifications to that. And then from there, if I say go ahead and approve that, it will then work through each of the topics, and it will run through my research team. So we're building upon previous videos where we created a research leader, a project planner, and a team of research assistants, as well as an editor to create my team of research, all using the Perplexity tool to do my research and annotation as the web search tool. All right, so let's go ahead and run the workflow. All right, so the workflow will start by going into subreddit. It's already gone in and figured out the topics, and now it's saved to the hot topics, and then it's asking me for approval. So if I go back to my email, I will have a new message on approval requested, and it's saying new topics discovered, please see the spreadsheet, and it has a link to the spreadsheet. And it's going into that spreadsheet, and it's going to add in some topics, and I can make some changes. Let's say I just really want these topics here, and then I say I'm going to now approve. Go ahead and approve that, and then from there it's going to loop through the 3 topics that I've approved, and for each of the topics it's going to do the research starting with the research leader. So the research leader is going to take that topic, work with the Perplexity tool to get the online internet research, and then it's going to plan a table of contents. And then the project planner will take that table of contents and will break down that work to my team of research assistants, right? So it's going to run through this and break down the work. Now, I'm using in here the GPT-4.0 model. So this GPT-4.0 model is actually accessed through OpenRouter. So this is a tool that I'm using to enable me to access all of the models all in one place. So I'm going to, as you can see here, the research leader is complete, and it's outputted kind of a table of contents in here. So you can see some specific table of contents for the topics. And then the project planner has come up with, here are the breakdown of entrepreneurship here, right? So it's going to break down the topics, and for each of the 3 topics or 5 topics, it's going to then go into the team of research assistants, and each of the research assistants will go through and do the specific research for their section, and then it's going to go and finish up with the editor and then send the email. Right. So I'll stop the recording and then I'll come back when it's done. So now it's finished the first iteration and it's created the first article, right? So it's finished this article here, and then it's going to now hit the next article and then hit the third article. All right, so it's now going through this loop again, and then we'll repeat that cycle. So let's now take a deeper dive at each of these nodes. So we'll start with the Reddit node. So in this Reddit node, we've got our Reddit account, and we've gone through the setup steps for that. And we're going to be looking at the resource post, the search operation. The subreddit is the SideProject that I mentioned. And we're just using some keywords to look for posts that people are struggling with certain ideas. The side projects related to AI, any niche SaaS. So you can customize the keywords you're interested in. You can customize the subreddits that you're interested in. And then I'm just going to sort by the top posts, right? So I start with this, and then I'm going to extract from that post just the text of the post, right? There's a lot of different parameters. I'm just going to extract from the text itself, right? So then it gives me a set of 10 items right here. And then from that, I just aggregate that into one array that has all the different posts and the text. And then I pass into that array into this agent, the Reddit newsletter topic scout, I call it. So in here, if I go into here, it's the prompt is, you are a expert content creator and newsletter strategist specialized in transforming Reddit's trending content into valuable newsletter topics. And then it goes into a lot more details in terms of what it's looking for. And then I'm going to give it a structured output parser. So basically just telling it what kind of output I want. So I just want essentially just a list, an array of topics. So I create this JSON schema below. And then from that, I split it out. So of the top 3, right, I split it out to 3 separate arrays here, or 3 separate array elements that contain a JSON object each. And from that, I can use my Google Sheets node, and this node will take from a spreadsheet that I've created for hot topics, and then I take each of the output here and map that so that it just stores the topics in each of the rows. And then from there, I take my Gmail node, and in this Gmail node, what I do is that there's this special operation called send and wait for response. So this send and wait for response allows me to do an approval type. So I pass into it a message, new topics discovered, please see the spreadsheet. So this is a spreadsheet that I'm keeping, so I'm passing a link to that. And then approval type, right? So I'll go ahead and tell it that I need an approval from the user. So then that will trigger an email send. And as you saw in the overview, this will pause until the user stops and then approves it, right? So there's an approval step, and this allows the user to go ahead and edit this. So they may want to remove a topic or to edit a topic, right? So it's kind of a user feedback, human in the loop. And then from there, after the user approves, what we do here is in this topic here, we go and fetch all the topics, and each of the topics will be sent out as a array list, right? So there's 3 items that come out here, and I put that into a loop. And then from here, I can specify from my research agents, how fresh the citations should be. So this is a day, but it could be weekly or monthly in terms of the time duration. And then I walk through the different research agents here. So starting with research leader. So we've done this in the previous video, so I'll just do a quick recap. So research leader, they break down the topic into a table of contents, and then we use the perplexity tool. So the perplexity tool is run here, and this is where I get all of my online research as well as citations. And then we go through the project planner, which then delegates to my research assistant team. And then it goes through, and then the editor combines everything. Now, I do want to highlight a few things in terms of the models that we're using. So we're using primarily Open Router, which is a service that allows me to just use one API key and access a lot of different models. So in this case, I'm using Open Router for the Mini. So I'm using Mini for this because it doesn't need to be very powerful. I'm using GPT-4 0, also accessed through Open Router. And this doesn't also need to be so powerful, or this needs to be more powerful. So I don't need to, or so I don't use the Mini version. And then this also needs to be more powerful. So I use the GPT-4. This node doesn't need to be as powerful, so I use Mini. And then finally, I use GPT-4 0 here, because it needs a little bit more reasoning power here. So in the space of these nodes, I'm able to fully automate my content creation and curation system, taking from Reddit to newsletter, just really easily from one step to another, all with citations.